What's up, my fellow fixers, and in today's video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you my new Andonstar AD407 Pro digital microscope. Now I'm really excited to show you this because this is going to open up a whole new world for me now to be able to do lots more detailed complex S&D soldering jobs, which hopefully will then make the channel that little bit more interesting. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you can see where I got it from. So without any further delays, let's get into it. My name is Scott and you're watching Scott Fix. So let's start by getting all the packaging off and taking a little look inside and seeing what we've got in the box. And there she is. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just go for the instructions. I'm going to just get this thing built and then we can take a little look and see what it's all about. Okay, so taking a little look at what we've got in the box. Here is our screen with the actual microscope in the end. So this is a 7-inch display. We've got our stand and the base. Now one of the things with the Pro version is you get a much bigger base, which is a nice decent size to be working on. And you also have the Pro mount as well, which is a bit more adjustable, so you can move up the height of the screen. I think you can move it backwards and forwards as well. So let's just start putting this together. Being a typical man, I'm not going to read the instructions, I'm just going to give it a go. So far so good. That seems relatively straightforward. So we screw that tightens that one up. We have our plug. We've got these bits here. I think that's for sticking down on here for holding in circuit boards, but I don't think we're going to bother with that at the moment. Our remote control. Okay, so and then we have a HDMI port as well that we can use to hook up to a TV, which I'm not going to be doing for today's video. This plugs into the back, which I believe is going to be the power for our lights. This one plugs into the top, which is a micro USB. Then I'm just going to go find a plug socket. Okay, now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's get the screen cover off. So we have a little remote control down the side here. It looks like we have a minus, plus, and a power on button. So if we press the power on, that turns on our lights down below and activates our screen. And with the plus and the minus, you see we can actually change the brightness of the lights, which is pretty cool. Let's see now. We've got, let's put something underneath so we can have a little look. So let's just do the instruction manual. So yeah, that's really cool. Wow. So yeah, let's just try and put my finger into perspective there. Wow, look how clear that is. Yeah, obviously I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at the screen through my camera, and obviously, yeah, the screen I'm actually looking at for the microscope itself is fantastic. It's really clear, really crisp, really sharp. Got no problem seeing things whatsoever there, and I can adjust, say, the lights. You can see my nice beautiful finger. It's wonderful. So let's just have a look at some of the settings. So obviously we've got the power. There's a menu button here. What does that do? That looks like it changes it to picture mode. Back to no file, so I'm presuming that's where we review things that we're recording. And then back onto camera. Digital zoom, if I remember correctly. So let's put that back underneath, and let's see if we can, yeah, we can get some more digital zoom going on. Let's see how far that goes in. Well, it looks like that's the third, but that's quite far. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's super close. Let's take this out. We have the OK button. OK, please insert SD card. Okay, so I'm guessing that you press that to then start recording. And then there's a picture one, please insert SD card. So I do have an SD card here. It's a 32 gig. You can see it, it's very small. So I'm going to stick that in there. That's probably going to need formatting. The SD card slot is just on the top of the screen. That's plugged in. So let's see what that does. You have to press mode. Okay, looks like it's done a restart. So while it's doing that, I also have the little remote control. Let's get that open up, put some batteries in. I doubt very much it's going to have any supplied. Nope. And they are two AAAs. So it's going to give us exactly the same functions as we were just pressing there, but obviously on the remote itself. Okay, so we've got the zoom in and out, up and down there. So that's going to be our zooming in. Here we go. Yeah. Zoom in, zoom out. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, it's basically going to have all exactly the same buttons. So let's see now if we can. You can see in the top of the screen, it's now saying 4 hours and 6 minutes. I'm presuming that's how much time is on the card. So did I need to format that card maybe? Because it was a 32 gig card. I know it's got some stuff on it, so maybe we need to do that. Let's see, menu. Are there any options anywhere? File ever. Oh, JPEG. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly have a little play with this. I might have to read the instruction manual, boo. And then once I get this formatted and everything, we'll come back and then we'll shoot a little bit of footage. I found the option to format the SD card. You hold the M button down for a second, then you press the M button again, and then you can scroll down to format, press format, and then you can obviously format the card. How many more times can you say format? Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be doing a little bit of soldering with this. It is a soldering practice kit because to date I have not done any SMD soldering whatsoever. So obviously I've had no exposure to swapping over capacitors, resistors, etc, etc. So I thought rather than trying to do it for the first time on a job and potentially making a hash of it, I bought myself this little practice kit, which is really good. So you've got basically all down the left and right hand side here, you've got lots of resistors and capacitors that you can just do some test soldering on, and that's on both sides as well. So you can see you can get down to some really small components. And then in the section in the middle here, you've got like a little circuit you can put together with some LED lights. You hook up a little power supply to it, and I think what happens is the LEDs just sort of blink and go round in a circle. So yeah, what I'm going to be doing is having a go at this. I picked this up from eBay. I think it was only about £3, so I think it's fantastic that you get to have a little practice at things like that. So with this, again, I'll stick a link down in the description to where I got it from. So the next footage that you're going to see now is going to be the actual microscope itself. So there we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of flux down, help things flow. I'm not sure if these pads need to be tinned, but I'll do it anyway, just to make the process a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, so let's now find our super tiny resistor. So this is literally, to say, the first time I've ever done any micro soldering. Ooh. I think I need a little bit more solder on my iron. Now, one thing I will say is, obviously, you know, there's a slight sort of delay, first of all, when you're using the screen, and obviously with what's going on with your fingers. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I can say that once you've sort of done it for a second or so, it then doesn't seem to bother you so much. Okay, there's our first resistor. Hey! I've now done some micro soldering. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on and do a few more. Big blob. Just trying to show you getting these out of the packet. It's quite difficult. They are so small. Look, you see the tip of my finger, just to give you some sort of reference. Literally the last one just sort of pinged out. Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, look at that. That's... And that's not even the smallest one as well. That's one of the biggest resistors. Oh, no, it's still there. I thought I dropped it. Okay. Come on. Now, I can appreciate, obviously, people that are used to this kind of soldering are probably watching this and thinking, this is so painful. But, you know, this literally is the first time I've ever done it, so I just need some practice. Practice makes perfect. But I must say that, like, you know, trying to do this kind of work without having this microscope is just impossible. Completely impossible. There's a bit more solder on there. Okay, that's that one. Big blob. Get rid of some of that. Now I also do have a hot air station, which at the moment I've never used it because I've never actually had the opportunity to do any micro soldering. So I think I'll get that out at some point as well when I carry on with this test kit. But yeah, as far as this microscope is concerned, guys, it's absolutely fantastic. The picture quality is amazing. I'm so happy with the purchase. It's going to make doing detailed, complex jobs so much easier now. So yeah, I'm super stoked. So what I'll do is I'll just do a couple more of these. I'll fast forward it just so you can get an idea, and then we'll probably wrap the video up from there. So there you have it, guys. There's a couple of the components that I've managed to solder on. Obviously, it's not the prettiest job in the world, but, fantastic for a little bit of a practice and everything. So I'm going to carry on with this and just get this circuit finished up and everything. And, yeah, sign off there. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful. Like I say, this digital microscope, just absolutely over the moon with it. I think it's fantastic. It's going to be so useful for ongoing projects for my channel, and it's hopefully going to give me the opportunity to do some much more complex and detailed work. So these are all pluses and good things. So with that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode, and don't forget, if you want to check out any of the links for the stuff, it's in the description down below, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.